Welcome back everyone to the Let's Play Pike and Shot Campaigns episode number 10. For those of you trying to follow the series as it's released, I apologize very much for the long delay between the last video and this one. Just had some personal stuff happen, and I mean very good personal stuff happen, don't get me wrong, but not the kind of stuff that prohibits you from posting videos or getting any sleep. So, here we are, we're back. And we had such a really good discussion. Man, I gotta get back into the swing of commentating. We really did have a good discussion on the last video about my right flank. So the discussion is about the mounted ranged units that the Russians are using, specifically the Tatars and the Cossacks, but I'd even extend that discussion to their traditional cavalry, and in general their performance, mounted cavalry performance against pike and shot from range. In the last video, we were just taking just massive casualties compared to the cavalry, and I was arguing that, well, I was basically saying that this kind of was so unrealistic that it broke my immersion in the game. Okay, so I don't know, that still holds true. I do have that opinion, but we had a lot of like points brought up to support either side of the debate, whichever side you land on. Some people saying that, okay, at this time, 1650s, muskets were good at piercing armor, which is why they were preferred, because you give a completely incompetent peasant a musket, and he has a good chance of still doing, damage, even to like a knight or anybody armored. That was the reason why originally firearms were so useful, because they are very low skill-based, armor-piercing weapons. The bow, however, in the hands of a trained individual is much faster, at least at this point in time, and also much more accurate. So that's why people were saying that maybe, with the musketeers here, that they would be losing to the cavalry. Now, I want to remind you that why I call this pike and shot unit, why I think it's superior, is because although it's 2/3 musket, so it's not 100% musket, if we take 2/3 of this, I guess that gets us down to 244. So 244 versus 116, so just over double. That's still over double musketeers on the ground, able to sit, deploy, aim against mounted units. So if the mounted units stay still in order to retain good accuracy, they are a huge target. Obviously, a horse is going to be basically like the total target size is 3 times larger, I would say. The profile of a mounted individual is 3 times larger than the profile of a person on the ground. I'm not trying to get into the fact that if your horse died and you didn't break a leg in the fall or whatever, you'd actually be more effective fighting on the ground. I'm just treating the horse and the rider as one extended unit here. I know it's a simplification, but if you just, for the sake of this argument, if we just run with that. Anyways, I don't know. I don't want to get too much into it. We just had a really good discussion about it. I wanted to say that that's actually, I love that discussion. I tried to respond. I'm sorry that because of that whole thing that I was busy with, I wasn't able to respond immediately, but 3 days later, I was able to finally. And I really appreciate all the comments. That's exactly why I like posting videos on my channel, is because we have really intelligent people giving a lot of good feedback. I can't repeat that enough. That is really what makes me happy about posting these videos and having a good talk with other people. So enough about that. We have a good discussion, and I don't know what if I was to be judge, jury, and executioner for a moment, I think the discussion ended up saying this, more or less, that the Russians need this heavy unit, this kind of somewhat overpowered cavalry unit, because they have no other good cavalry. And I would kind of counter that with, yes, they don't have good cavalry, but they have amazing, these musketeer bardiche are just amazing soldiers. So I would say that that's the strength of their army right there, but that's fine, as if you want to give them something strong with cavalry. The only thing I don't like about these is that they're impossible to ever track down and kill. It's just extremely difficult to ever route these guys. It's not like with their evasion stuff. It's I don't know. I guess you can probably do it in a way where you can capture them every time, but it's just annoying to me. And maybe it's just annoying because I'm the person being chased around like a fool. Or, I mean, I'm chasing them around like a fool. Okay, another thing that people mentioned is that I can probably, we're not sure, use my Pike and Shot to actually charge the engaged in melee cavalry. And that was a wonderful idea. If it's possible, I'm not sure if it's possible because I haven't seen that option yet, but if it's possible, that would be amazing. Very, very, very effective. Last thing I want to say before we continue is we're just about on the cusp of victory. Now, I don't have any other unmoved units, so we're about to end the turn, but it's possible we could even win. I don't know who will route. Is there anybody who would actually route? These guys have apparently rallied. Though this guy could route. If this guy routes, that's, well, maybe not enough to go up to 40%. We'll find out. I also have this unit who's in very bad shape. We see the flag, so although they're technically still steady, they're not even disrupted, but with the morale that low, we're not sure that will stand. Anyways, that's enough talk. Let's actually get to the action. Okay, there's disrupted. That one's routing, but that's no surprise. Oh, they're up to 41%. They're actually at 25%. So if none of my units route, we'll actually be in good shape here. Actually, their unit actually has a. I mean, they have a turn left before this becomes official. Oh, we broke. Okay. Okay, what next then? These guys are evading. Up. 1 to 2. 1 second. So that wasn't terrible. So now let's see what they do for their turn. 10. Fragmented. Not good. Okay, they're also charging. Okay, not bad. We held our ground more or less. Nah, that's the huge. Look at that's not even. That's just traditional cavalry doing that much damage to us. You just won't get me to say that this is a fair exchange. I can't see it. But it looks like we actually held our ground. I mean, as far as we didn't lose anybody, are we gonna cause anybody to rout, perhaps? Possibly. Okay, we didn't break at least. Does that mean that we held? Yep, it does. Okay, good. So the enemy has lost heart, you are victorious. Now I think I have to go and change the sound for the music. If it's loud at all. Okay, well, let's look at this screen first. So we did really well in the combat phase as always, and of course the huge victory which comes is in the captured and deserted. They also lost those guns. Oh, we had already routed those though. 2,700. That's more losses than they took in the battle. More losses than anybody in the battle is just the losses to capture and desertion. That's why I've always said, basically just winning the battle in any way possible, even if you lose a lot of units, is fine. Now, another person has mentioned, probably it's not possible right now, but if I go back into my own territory, I don't have the treasury for it, I can actually choose to refit army. It probably will be an option here. I'm not sure where. If you guys will show me where if it's not there. How are we doing? 7% chance of falling, 15% chance of falling, 17% chance of falling. Well, look at, they can only go 1, 2. Oh, damn, they can still get into friendly territory. So we can actually combine these two. This is 1450. And this would be just about 1400. And they have about 1,100 left. Which means, unfortunately, this unit will probably end up having to fall back. Unless they divert... If they do their 600... Yeah, we could probably win that. Does this unit have guns? It does not. I mean, it has light guns, but that's not what I'm interested in. Okay, well, very good. So I think we do this. Do you have any action points? You don't have enough. You have enough. So the question is, I think this unit has already been in here. This, you know, more than one turn. I already forgot. It's already been like several days since the last video. So the question is, do we leave him here on the chance that he captures this? By the way, why do I have absolutely no sound at all? Oh, I must have really have turned down my music. Which is good, because I kept getting copyright ticks. Let me think. Okay, so let's try to do this then. Let's do it this way, I think. Oh, we don't have enough. Okay, so just end turn. Okay, we did take this one, and it looks like they backed off. It's late summer now. I think things are swinging so much in our advantage, we can probably kind of take it slow and steady now. 1554, 1446, 1446. Well, it's definitely less than 1446 if we combine. What's the chances of falling? 29%. Okay. But these two cannot be combined. 922, 530. These cannot be, because this will be 1450. Oh, this one's like, okay, well. Let's do it. 44% won't combine these armies, but they have one that's at 1400. And I have one that's basically at 1400, and this one should retreat from combat. They did. Very good. Okay, this one has fallen. I heard the music going for a second, which scares the ever-loving crap out of me. So let me go ahead and turn down the music. Just my recording software, sorry, just for a second. Okay, so now what do we want to do? It's late autumn and we can't really do anything as far as aggressive action, because the moment we take action now, they will just... There's new army? No. We'll just be repelled. Late autumn, I guess... Okay, stop. Tortuga, let me collect my thoughts for a second. What I'm trying to say is this. In the next season, we're going to be sent back home, because winter, you go back home, and early spring, you regroup with new armies, etc. So there's no point in me being aggressive here. We've already done some minor tax value damage to it. We have 3, make that 4 provinces of the enemy. So we should be able to raise a better army. Time is on our side now. So what I think I'll do is... They're probably going to raise a whole bunch of new annoying armies. And I don't know what I'm going to do with that. Yeah, it looks like this one was at 900 or so. I guess we did take some casualties in the actual siege. So that's a danger. But let's go ahead and just end the turn. Yeah, I think we'll just do this. So there it is, early spring. My God, it went all the way to a slight Swedish. So they raised, it looks like, 1,000 points of army. Let's take a look at what I'm able to raise. I have 860 in the treasury. I think this was already... Wait, this one was 1414, right? But they went in here. Maybe they took some damage. I'm gonna have to pay more attention. Just don't remember the numbers. Too many numbers in my head. All right, so now can we just, is there a way to somehow... Did these guys already get reinforced? I think so, because they've all looked less experienced and less, like, happy. Trained and steady versus... Oh, but maybe that's just because that's not one of my armies, which I normally pay attention to, that I normally fight with. 300. So this seems like a reasonable fight. What is it? 719. 1,000. So that seems like a good fight. We can't do anything this turn, but we can raise armies. Okay, so let's just raise an army. We're given unarmored and veteran unarmored, and pike and shot, and horse, and veteran horse, and pike and shot. Let's get more medium guns, more dragoons, and more veteran pike and shot. Sure. I could get 2. That's interesting. I'd rather get the pike and shot with the guns and one of these. Can I get both? I can. Ooh, I really like that. Okay, good. So let's just say yes to that. That brings us all the way down, basically to 0. Let's raise an army here. What do we already have in this one? Medium guns, okay. But I think I'll just... Let's just raise a new army. What are they going to give us? Pike and shot, horse, veteran horse, pike and shot, unarmored horse, veteran unarmored. More dragoons. No, we don't have enough for dragoons. Damn. I don't... What? Okay, we can't raise an army here. Can I raise an army in a place where I can actually get to choose what I want? No. Not going to give me anything. So it doesn't matter, then we might as well raise the new army here. Fine. Fair enough. Okay, fair enough. We could combine these as well. 300... They would still have 1 gun between them, at least. It would just make this one very strong. This would be about 700. It'd be good enough to defend against this one. So let's combine. This one is just below 1550. So it's basically at the province, the supply limit. And that means that it combined can take on this guy. I like that. So we'll combine that one as well. Wait, first, 550. Good, and this one can defend against those. So yeah, we'll combine here, and this guy, the newly formed army, he'll get to move next turn. Okay, good. Now it's my turn. Here we go. By the way, raising a new army. What can we get? Nothing. Good. Just making sure. So let's do this. They moved away. Now the supply limit in that one is prohibitive. So we're not going to actually engage that. 20% chance that this one falls though. I think we go ahead and try to defend this. And we hold here as well. Okay, that's very aggressive. So 1, 2, they can't do anything basically. We're going to hold our line. Oh, come on. I've turned these messages off a million times that just don't work. 38% chance this falls. We're holding our own. This is good. Probably losing a few forces here. 1488. Let's check what that is next turn. Yeah, 1488 down to 1413. So they're definitely trying to lure me in there, but I don't want to be caught in that trap. I mean, they themselves should be just massively losing supply. That's 690. Is it maybe only half for me? Do I only have... a lot of times you only have the attacker getting less supply points than the home advantage, which makes sense. I can't forage in their territory as well as they can. Well, let's go ahead and send one of these guys, this one I guess, up here. Oh, well, we'll move him here. Because I don't have enough action points to move him. 14, 13. I hope they didn't lose any in the supply. Like, does it immediately take a tick? I remember in the Paradox Interactive games like Europa Universalis 4, the moment you're oversupply, you immediately lose a chunk. I don't think that happened here. So we set up our new defensive positions, and I think that that's fine. This was going to take 10%, so it won't probably fall this turn, but we're just kind of grinding out the end of this game. Okay, here they go. So they decide finally enough is enough. And we will start this battle. So what's the size? 1412. They're slightly at a disadvantage. In terms of raw numbers, they're outnumbering me in both foot and horse. So there's, I mean, this is basically an even fight. Did we have any? That's so silly. We don't get any reinforcements, but maybe that's actually makes sense just because we don't originally own this territory. So let's get this battle started. Okay, we got 7 Pike and Shot. All of them looking good. Only one is just your basic trained. All the rest of them are battle tested or even battle hardened. 2 Dragoons in great shape. Okay, not the third. I guess this group did not get replenished. Or maybe we just bought them? I don't know. But they are at 67. That's a really tiny group. Got our armored horses. Some of them are battle hardened. Some of them are veteran, which is funny because we also have veteran horse. And these guys are basically all just terrors on the field. You don't want to encounter them. Our Pike and Shot are looking okay. These guys are the ones with light guns. It's good to see these guys battle hardened. Our 2 reserves, one of them are disheartened, the others are actually up to enthusiastic. Those guys are, well, they only have 235 men, which is not good, but they have much higher morale than your typical reserve unit. We'll probably use these like very much in reserve as purely ranged units. Unarmored horse and veteran unarmored horse. Yeah, we're looking good. Okay, so they actually attacked us. I guess we don't have to worry about going after them, so we can pick our nice ground. We don't actually have guns, do we? Well, this is going to be a really easy decision. My Dragoons will go here. We want to avoid... Okay. Honestly, though, it'd be much better to just hold this hill. Just hold the hill the entire way through. This is 100 height difference. That is just massive. Yeah, we just have to hold the hill. Diagonal left, diagonal right. Probably hold it here, which will still give us a sizable advantage. Diagonal right, pretty much down the line. Yeah, I think we just go diagonal right, diagonal left. Which means the Dragoons will probably need to... I don't know where they'll go. They'll start with the cavalry, either left or right. Alright, so we're going to need really, really strong units in front. In fact, I think we'll just do straight, diagonal. Because they're going to take a lot of fire, if I'm not careful. Or maybe I should do straight. Yeah, I think we'll just put a 4 line here, because otherwise I'm not going to present enough fire to the first unit that comes. And then we'll go diagonal from there. Like probably diagonal. So it'll still jet out a little bit, but if they get any kind of side pressure, we'll have a lot of guns opening up, like maybe 1, 2, 3. Just heavily fortify the hill and hope that these 4 can hold out. And if we have to, we'll move up supporting fire to the left and right. And we'll put light guns in front because basically the only way we should lose that is through persistent ranged attacks. So we really want to get the highest ranged attacks we have. 48 is our highest so far. 46. Oh, but you're slightly disordered. 50. Yeah, that's my best one. $51. Good that they're there. 63. This is my best one. So I'll actually swap with this guy. Let's pull all the Pike and Shot off the front just so I can... Oh, 65. That's the best one out of everyone. Right there. 54 is better than 51. So this looks like my line: 54, 65, 50, whoops, 63. So the 50's got to go. Where do my other guns go? 51. It's just barely higher. Is anybody higher than 50? Nope. Okay, well, there we go. So those 4 will take up the front line. Then we still need the best units, I think, tucked in right here. No, probably the best units are going to be right here. After that, these have to be good for melee, because they'll be coming up the flank, so we'll probably still pick the best units, just because I'm sure that the best ones in... Nope, I'm stand corrected. I was going to say... Oh no, I don't stand corrected. The best ones in terms of range are also the best ones in terms of melee. So, look at this one on the right. Yeah, so this one will move, I don't know, here or something. Just so it can move there quickly. And we need another good one. This one's not bad. .49 is the next best. Okay, so you are it. Get you here. So you're going to move here. And then we want probably a reserve unit just tucked in the corner there. Just because they will only shoot. Tucked in the corner. And then maybe one more unit here. We have so many pikemen. We could just have a field day. I know that's going to disrupt you, but God, I don't even know where to put them all. I think we're starting a little bit left of center, so I'm going to try to push them a little bit right. Alright, do the same old song and dance with these guys. Unarmored our 3rd rank. Horse our 1st rank. Veteran, horse our 2nd rank. Good, and we have, wow, we have so much horse. We could do just 2 identical flanks, which is not my normal way of doing it, but I think I'm going to do that. Let's test and see if it works. We're going to have a lot of unarmored. Maybe keep 2 unarmored back for something? No, what would they even do? So what we can do is actually still overload one side. No, or we could just be exactly even. Yeah, we'll do it like this. 2 columns. Oh, we got one more, so we won't have perfect symmetry. Since I think we're stacked a little bit left of center, we'll get this guy up here. Okay, probably facing this way. We're going to want to go to the flank. This is going to be annoying. Because we're going to have to deal with their stupid Cossacks and all that. It's the one unit I can't route, so we'll just continue to face more and more of the light cavalry because it's the only one I can't kill. So therefore it'll be coming back every time. And this might be the last battle of the series because there might be, there could conceivably be more battles. At least maybe one more battle, but they're really running out of troops. Like a big victory here would be very valuable. Now, where do I want the dragoons? I guess we put a dragoon on each end as a stopgap against their ranged units. Even though I've already seen that my ranged units, my pike and shot will do poorly against their cavalry, which is weird. So we'll probably put them on the inside then, so they have an option about which one to do. Yeah, something like this. So let's review. We have guns, 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 guns going 1, 2, 3, 4. Then reserves taking up here and here. Strong taking up here and here. And then I don't even know what we'll do. We'll probably put the rest of them on the ground. Or we don't really need to hold from the hill. Do you get a ranged advantage? I mean, a ranged fire advantage from firing from the hill? You should, but maybe only for archers? I don't know how they do it. Anyway, I think that this is fine. I'll have this guy here, just because probably should still be aggressive. And I probably need 2 holding this right side. Since I have one here facing this way, and one over here. Maybe, actually let's put him here. Okay, end turn. Now let's see, they have to get to move first. They have guns. Well, that's not good. The problem now is I have to decide whether we charge them. My God, they have a lot of forces. What's the range on these medium guns? I think far enough that it doesn't matter. Oh my gosh, it's already been 30 minutes. Okay, so we don't really have much set up with this. I'm just going to save the game here and call this video. I know that this video, not much was accomplished. I apologize about that, but we are set up for the next fight. I'll probably delay the next video for another 2 days or so you can give me your advice on what to do. The way I see it, we charge very strong on the right with our cavalry. Probably no reason not to do the exact same on the left. And I think we just withstand the artillery to maintain our good position. Yeah, I'm pretty sure we're going to maintain our position. But I'll call this video to an early close. I'll have the next one out. Yeah, probably, yeah, maybe even less than 2 days. Just maybe even a day more, assuming I can find the time. And that will be probably, this has got to be probably the climax battle. It's not the most, I think we have an advantage because our troops are so elite. But I mean, if we lose this, we're still probably in a decent position. But if we win this, they might not have anything left to fight us. So, anyways, that's going to conclude this one. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you back for the next.